Capcom Cup 11 just finished, an event that's supposed to bring the FGC together as we watch our fellow gamers that we see grind tournaments, grind online, grind content, rise to new levels, and make money that is unlike anything else in the FGC. However, this moment is slightly being overcasted by discourse within the community, because the one thing I noticed about the FGC is that we all hate each other, but at the same time, you should agree with what I'm saying and you're wrong. Of course, I'm talking about Sajam versus Jammerz. The situation happened over commentary. Two high-level casters with two different ways of expressing themselves. Today, we're going to be looking at both clips, as well as I express my feedback on how we can reach a middle ground within the FGC instead of shooting ourselves in the foot, the leg, the chest, and the head, and the neck, and the entire body, just riddling yourself like it's a goddamn King Von music video. So first things first, we are going to watch the Jammer situation. This is on YouTube, right? YouTube Premium saves your life. This is the recap. This is what Jammerz had to say about Salvatore's dive kick on the last game, last round against Itabashi Zane Geef. Let me raise that volume for you.
Have to expand right there.
Listen, I'm sorry. I gotta call it how I see it. That was god awful. That dive kick was not good. And you know what? I think he was in a decent position to.
That dive kick was god awful, right? Words by Jammerz. Now, the dive kick obviously led Salvatore into losing the game. But let's see how Sajam reacted to this call by Jammerz.
Should have swept him. But he's going to get good damage here. One more guess for Salvatore. What's it going to be?
A neutral jump and the possibility of a drive rush jab.
Punish.
That was such a terrible dive kick. Oh my word. And Itabashi's going to turn it around and take it 2.
So what I want you to notice real quick before we get to the second part of the part where Sajam gets really mad at Jammerz, right? I want to show the initial feedback, right? Sajam, as you see, has webcam off. But if you listen closely, Sajam and Jammerz both say the same thing, but in different contexts. Listen.
A neutral jump and the possibility of a drive rush jab.
Punish.
That was such a terrible dive.
Sajam says punish, while Jammerz says that's such a terrible dive kick. Why would you do that? Technically, both of these situations are the same thing. A punish leads to you losing the game because you did something wrong, so you should be punished. While Jammerz has a more cutthroat of that dive kick was terrible. Now, what Sajam says next is why I believe he was so upset with what Jammerz said. Not necessarily what Jammerz said, but how Jammerz said it, right? And this is what people I feel like are missing the ball on.
And Itabashi's going to turn it around and take it 2-1.
Oh, you can feel him fuming. You can feel Sajam feeling up that anger. And this is how you know. Look at this. Look at what Sajam then does.
Dude.
Dude, bro. Don't do that.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Dude, he's groaning. He's probably like moving in his seat. Oh, the stretch. Sajam's pissed. Why is Sajam pissed, right? Why is Sajam pissed? That's about to be explained right now. Why is Sajam so mad at what Jammerz said? Sajam isn't commentating. What Jammerz said doesn't affect Sajam. Salvatore, you know, Sajam, has he ever interacted with Salvatore? It's not like this is Sajam's best buddy, but why is Sajam so upset?
So back momentum, Itabashi says, I like to play like this. I'm playing with house money. I'm chilling. I'm cool.
I don't know how else to describe
Damn,
it,
webcam
but like,
came on.
Normally I describe this as like anime commentary.
Oh, anime.
Like, you know when you listen to anime commentary like 5 years ago and every commentator was like, this guy's ass, I would have done this punish, I would have blocked that.
Oh, yeah, you know, the know-it-all. Yeah, I get it, dude, the know-it-all Andes. I mean, watch any fighting game content creator go into their chat, drop a punish, do a random DI, wake up DP, don't tech a throw. You got the chat going. Just tech. Why'd you wake up punish? That wasn't an optimal punish, right? We constantly get the backseaters, right? Every fighting game content creator deals with backseat. You got motherfuckers in gold, bronze, silver, ultimate master, just backseating the person that they're watching, right? So what else is Sajam saying?
Oh man,
he just pissed, right?
I don't want to say anything, but man,
he doesn't want to say anything. I feel like Sajam's gonna say something.
When it's the winning moment of a match for Itabashi too, and the call is your opponent, it's in Capcom Cup, is terrible.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, you're in Capcom Cup, you want to fight the best of the best, right? You want to fight the best of the best, and for the commentators to say like, oh, your opponent just gave you the round, I can see that. Like, you wouldn't feel good watching it back and be like, man, I won only because this guy played terribly. Not necessarily because I won because I'm better or I did a crazy read, right? In this sense, Sajam is viewing it in a lens of when Salvatore and Itabashi rewatch this, Salvatore is going to get a, damn, they're calling me dog shit on stream in front of thousands upon thousands of people, and Itabashi is going to be like, damn, they really said I kind of maybe got lucky, which makes sense on why Sajam will be upset.
It's hurting me.
But you know what?
You can feel Sajam's like,
that's not good.
he has the, look at his like.
I'm not so sure about that dive kick, bro.
And then I think right here, should right here, here it is. This is the moment.
Listen, I'm sorry. I gotta call it how I see it. That was god awful.
Oh, fuck! Oh no, Jammerz, why would you say that?
All right, you know what else is god awful? His fucking commentary, bro. I can't listen anymore. I can't. I gotta mute him. Sorry.
Mute it. Done.
I can't.
Zip.
I can't listen anymore,
right?
bro.
Jammerz is saying something right now. Jammerz is saying something. Sajam is not hearing what Jammerz is saying, right? He muted Jammerz. Jammerz right here could be telling Sajam, and the winning lotto numbers are 69, 4, 20, 69, and Sajam will not know, right? He immediately muted Jammerz.
I can't. I just can't, bro. I'm sorry. I can't.
Why did you mute him, Sajam? What about what Jammerz said pissed you off so much, Sajam?
It's just not good. I can't. I gotta mute him.
Why did you mute him?
Can't do that, bro. Come on, man. You're watching Capcom Cup. Come on, dude. Come on, man.
You're watching Capcom Cup. What does that mean, Sajam? What does that mean that they're watching Capcom Cup?
I don't think I've ever done that on like a stream before.
You never call anybody trash.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Right?
That's not good.
So now if we look at it through Sajam's lens, right, which some people might not see it through Sajam's lens, because what happens on Twitter is the insect mindset, as I like to call it. Sajam said this shit about Jammerz. Somebody posted it, and then out of nowhere, right? I rarely see anything bad said about Jammerz and Sajam. Occasionally, I do see Sajam say some wild things that I don't agree with. Like when Season 1 of Shrive was out and this man was playing Soul Bad Guy, talking about Soul isn't broken. Well, I'm out there with Kai, getting my shit fucking rocked, having to just outsmart my opponent. This man's just doing //close slash the entire time. There are things that you don't have to agree with people. But it's always important to see why did they say it. So the reason Sajam is so mad, right? And Sajam, amazing commentator, wasn't at Capcom Cup. You know, he's doing his Sajam Slam thing. Maybe he couldn't make it. Thinks that Capcom Cup is a very professional setting. Once again, as I said, we're watching players that maybe we've never heard of ascend to new heights. And the last thing you want to hear is the commentators ragging on people who might not be known, right? Who might not be as, a household name, Daigo, Tokido, Angry Bird, Punk. So Sajam being so frustrated is in the sense of, yes, maybe the dive kick was bad, but there are better ways to explain yourself. But if you only watch Sajam, that's all you would know. That is all you would know if you only watch Sajam. But now if we take a look and listen to what Jammerz had to say after it was muted.
Press 1 or 2 lights and maybe.
What Jammerz had to say after Sajam muted him. Now this is what's very important.
You know what? I think
right?
Right there.
Listen, I'm sorry. I gotta call it how I see it. That was god awful.
Damn, god awful. Fuck, Jammerz, ruthless, straight for the throat.
Dive kick was not good. And you
not
know
good.
What? I think he was in a decent position to maybe press 1 or 2 lights and maybe try something there. Yeah. And he's been exuding so much patience for the vast majority of the match. What made you decide to do a dive kick there? Were you hoping that Itabashi would crouch jab, maybe try a stand median kick? That probably would have forced a knockdown or something.
Oh, shit.
But that dive kick, that was to his own demise.
That was to his own demise. Now, Jammerz comes at it from a different viewing angle. One, Jammerz says what we're all thinking. at the end of the day. Now, people, when they think about Capcom Cup, there's so many throw loops, and that was what was pissing off people watching Capcom Cup, was the commentators being like, oh, 2 throws, 3 throws, 4 throws, is he going to go for another right? Hyping up throw loops, something that the commentators know the community doesn't like, right? Nobody likes throw loops in Street Fighter 6. I fucking hate throw loops in Street Fighter 6. So Jammerz went with an approach where he said what probably a lot of people were thinking. That dive kick was terrible. Why? Because it lost him the game. It's the same way as I always say, a good DP lands, right? If you wake up DP and it lands, it was a smart DP. If you wake up DP and the opponent blocks it, it was a bad DP. So if Salvatore did that dive kick, and what Jammerz said happened, where Itabashi threw out a button, then he got counter it, we take a look back at the meter, right? We rewind it slightly. We take a look back.
It wasn't really his to have to expand,
right? You know, he could get a counter hit, boom, 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 does a spiral arrow. He'll probably have 2 bars. Then he'll have 3 bars. Then a heavy punch into a driver's combo will kill, right? This could have been completely different for Salvatore, but he did a terrible dive kick. So why is Jammerz being attacked, per se, when he made the right call, but maybe he didn't use the right medium? Sajam said punish, which is the same thing as that was a terrible dive kick. You're about to get fucking cooked, right? Now, this is where it really happened. So maybe it just ended there, right? Maybe it just ended with Jammerz and Sajam. They have a slight disagreement, but of course the FGC has trouble agreeing on things. Here is Hotashi, a well-known Strive player, plays Marissa in Street Fighter 6. It's Sajam personal stream. Who gives a fuck? I don't think Street Fighter 6 really has bad decisions in neutral. You can wake up one day and the dive kick works. You wake, and the next day, the dive kick doesn't work. So I'm with Sajam on this one. Plenty of other dog shit play to criticize. What Hotashi said, in his mind, I feel like makes sense. But here's the thing. It's Sajam personal stream, who gives a fuck? So now, and this is what happens in the FGC. Hotashi says, why do you guys give a fuck about what he says on stream? While defending what Sajam is saying on stream. Which means Hotashi gives a fuck. By then saying he agrees with Sajam. Right? Now, whether you agree or disagree, you give a fuck. Then he says, plenty of other dog shit play to criticize. Sajam is criticizing the fact that Jammerz said that that play was god awful. So by Hotashi then saying there's other dog shit play, he's saying the same thing as Jammerz. Dude, like, this is what I don't understand. You can say, damn, okay, yeah, Sajam, Hotashi could have said something along the lines of, Sajam is right, dude, this should have been more professionally taken care of. That's it, boom. He gets his point, he says he agrees with Sajam, and he hits his point. Instead, he claims that people who give a fuck about Sajam stream or what he says shouldn't give a fuck. And then he goes on to say there's other dog shit play to criticize, meaning that Hotashi also thinks there's other dog shit plays in Street Fighter 6, which means what Jammerz said resonates more with what Hotashi is saying. Sajam should be able to say someone's commentary is ass without there being discourse about it. I think everyone thinks more than one commentator is ass. He should be allowed to express himself freely, just like anybody else. Stop being overly sensitive. Sajam should say somebody's commentary is ass. So should that commentator not be allowed to say what the player did was ass? Now we're in double standards here. Like, this is what's wrong with the FGC. Motherfuckers are so quick to do the thing that they're hating on. I think everybody thinks more than one commentator is ass. Who the fuck said that? I don't think that. I like all the commentators. I have no issue with the commentators. He should be allowed to express no feeling just like anybody else. Stop being overly sensitive. And then the fucking grand mark again. What I'm saying is correct. Everybody else who's saying something else is wrong and overly sensitive. Do you think the people that read this are going to be like, man, A3 religion is right. We are being overly sensitive. How about we just all apologize to Sajam? No! Because now this guy's going to get in fucking Twitter discourse because somebody's going to be like, well, Jammer should be able to say whatever the fuck he wants to say, right? Like what I'm saying in this video. It's a never-ending loop. It's a never-ending loop of I'm right, you're wrong. But at the same time, I'm doing what I'm saying is wrong back at you. You can't say somebody's commentary, you can't say somebody should be able to talk about somebody else's commentary being ass. But at the same time, what that guy is saying is how a character's actions were ass. You can't do that. Blaz, a literal prodigy, literally gave us a masterclass on 2D fundamentals last night, and the discourse that's taking priority is some shit that Sajam said about Jammerz. Y'all are annoying as hell. So instead of Yapmani, Armani, talking about Blaz, in just Blaz, you're saying, man, Blaz is such a goat in Ryu, holy shit, he's so amazing. He also, bro, he fucking also makes it about the Sajam situation. And then he insults the people making it about the Sajam situation. How the fuck do people do this? How do people fucking just go, how dare you guys take this away from Blaz? But also, let me bring up what you guys shouldn't be talking about, and then let me insult all of you. It's so fucking crazy. This is what happens. This is what happens on Twitter, dude. It's the insect mindset, where people probably won't say this shit if they're by themselves. Nobody's gonna stand on a pedestal and be like, everybody get along. We should all get along. They're gonna... Right, they're gonna see Sajam getting hate, they're gonna see Jammerz getting hate, and then they're gonna go, oh shit, now's my time to join the colony. Sajam's finally getting shit on. Time for me to say that I actually always hated Sajam. Oh, Jammerz, a guy who really only does commentary, I've never really had a problem with it the entire Capcom career, makes one bad call. Yeah, I always hated Jammerz commentary. How dare he say that? I got him. No, people can disagree with each other, and then other people don't have to get involved. Right? Am I getting involved? Of course I am. So I'm a hypocrite. I'll say it right here first. You're not gonna call me. I'll call myself a hypocrite. I'll call myself a hypocrite. Who the fuck, right? At the end of the day, this video should never happen. And then Sajam ends it. So this post is unavailable, and this is where it really drew the line. The person who made the post says Sajam should kill himself because of his comment. And that's way past the line, right? No matter what happens in the FGC and shooters and MOBAs, fucking Hello Kitty Island Adventure, if somebody doesn't agree with you, you should never tell that person that they should die, right? Human life is way more important than your feeble fucking opinion, right? I've never told anybody to kill themselves. A lot of people don't like me. Surprisingly, who would have guessed? A lot of people don't like me. A lot of people do like me, and I'm grateful for those people. But the people that don't like me, I just like... don't interact with them. I don't think they should kill themselves. I don't think they should delete Twitter. I don't think none of this shit, right? People should just move on with their lives. If you don't like somebody online, you can mute them, you can block them. You don't have to engage with them. There's many different outlets. But saying somebody should kill themselves is so bad. So Sajam then responded to this tweet. He said, I quote this tweet to say, instead of making a video / discussing the topic anymore, I just decided to message people involved and chat normally about the situation. If there's anything, I will encourage flame in either direction, which is pointless. This is so true. I've been commentating for over a decade and watched all the Capcom Cup to bottom 4 for 4 straight days, so maybe my perspective is different than yours. Different. My voice cracks different. Either way, I don't want additional flame for anybody tackling a subjective and challenging craft. We all have our own takes, and that's what makes it fun, right? Sajam handled it perfectly. But the thing is, Sajam didn't handle it perfectly in the moment. If there was like a light of revelation that happened, where before Sajam called Jammerz ass, before he muted him to fully hear out Jammerz, he didn't say that none of this would have been happening. But what happens is that at the end of the day, what Sajam is saying is right. We're all humans. We all have our own takes, and that's what makes it fun. But when somebody, there's always going to be somebody who crosses the line that says kill yourself over a statement about a commentator that's making about a video game. That's where, okay, we're all, right, people are adding fuel to the fire, people are adding fuel to the fire, and then some guy drops a fucking bomb, right? What the other people that I brought up, what they were saying doesn't help Sajam's case, and it doesn't help Jammer's case. All it does is add fuel to the fire. And what I don't understand is we are the FGC, fighting game community. If Jammerz and Sajam, or Sajam really doesn't like what Jammerz says, we handle it in a 1st to 5, a 1st to 3, a 1st to 10, a 1st to death. People are so quick to name call, and we're the one genre where 1v1s are our shit. Growing up, if you had a problem with somebody, 1v1 on Rust. We all been there. Somebody in the Call of Duty lobby calls you 19 fucking slurs. You tell them you fucked their mom. They message you 1v1 on Rust. You beat that guy or they beat you. You shake hands and then you never deal with each other again. Now, I don't think Sajam and Jammerz are never going to deal with each other again because they're both commentators sharing the same space. But at the end of the day, Sajam could have played Cammy, beat Jammerz with Cammy, you know, and then Jammerz like, okay, blah, blah, you know, you're right. I was, you know, let's all make up. What I said was unprofessional. You know, and then they make up, and then the community's happy. We settle it. It's a whole event for the community. We all come together. We understand that there's different perspectives, but you can't just go around insulting people. And then when you're insulted back or you add fire to the flame, you go like, damn, why are motherfuckers mean? This is why motherfuckers are mean, because we're all adding fuel. We all need to get along. Whenever somebody insults me on Twitter, the first thing I do is immediately try to digress the situation. I'll just say sorry. I'll say sorry. I didn't mean it. I was hot-headed. I was in a bad fucking rank streak. Sorry, dude. This seems deeper than fighting games. Like, and then I walk away from the situation. There's been motherfuckers who've been blasting me on Twitter because of some opinions that I had. And I don't go around just replying to every single one, telling like my viewers to go attack these people. I go on with my day because I know people aren't going to agree with me. So the Sajam Jammerz situation is bad because not only does it, like, once again, put a little, you know, dent in the FGC armor, but it does make it bad because now when Jammerz and or Sajam commentate, there's always going to be now those people who make it their whole personality that like they don't like Sajam and they don't like Jammerz, and one commentator is better than the other, or maybe now we'll never get Sajam and Jammerz on a commentary booth again, or I mean, hopefully they work it out. Like Sajam said, he messaged them behind the scenes, so hopefully they're able to fucking work it out. You know, like this is something, like this is important. The FGC is already very small. We can't have our commentators going at it. Okay, so the moral of the story is, if you don't agree with something, you should always think of the best way to phrase it to prove your point. Going on the offensive usually never fucking works because then you will then get offensed on by other people. Does that make sense? So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, comment down below, leave a like, and I hope to see y'all again in the next video. See ya!